The degree of force necessary to institute rape. At first, the offended woman shouted for help, struggled and beat by the accused, but the latter pressed a hunting knife at her throat. So kanina dito sa degree of force necessary to constitute rape, kinangan na ay force ka intimidation ka na ilugos ka, din ay persa, dito kay pagingon nga pagpansin mo na ito nga igoyo dra ka, igoyo dra po, rin mo po di sirada ng bertahan, so that's not rape. Okay, a verbal refusal alone will not do. There must be physical struggle. So kinanglan, wala ra ka nang ingon nga dili ko pero igoyo na ka. Dili lagi ko pero misirado pala dito bertahan, ikaw misirado sa bertahan. So that's dili na siya matawag nga rape. So imo man tumakwa, imo mga nga will, nga pupwede yun. Dili ka insane, regardless lang kung insane ka or nakakay problema sa pamutok. Consent and not physical force is the common origin of acts between man and a woman. Strong evidence and indications of great weight will allow proof, force and violence and rape. If the woman has contributed in some way to the realization of the act, this will perhaps constitute an offense very different from rape. So for example, sabi ka na, mutaw ko yung tinanga, iguyod na ka, dayon, ibirada ka mayo, dayon, iguyod ka po sa, so, iguyod ka po ka, so, dili na siya rape, kay, iguyod na ka, unwir man yung mga, periwir man yung mga kukuy siya, so, dili na siya rape. When the offender in rape has ascendancy or influence over the girl, it is not necessary that she put up a determined resistance. But when the offender is the father of the girl who was yet 10 years old, it is not necessary that there be signs that she put up a determined resistance. A sexual act between father and daughter is so revolting that it would be hard to believe that complainant would have submitted her to if her will to resist had not been overpowered. So for example, abi, ang nag-rape sa imo is imong papa. Dayon, nag-rape ka sa imong papa, dahil mo mama, dili mo kan, dili mo tabang, dili mo pasakang kaso. So ang imong panamatay as sentence or may family by consanguinity or affinity. So pinito sila may mo ni mga guardian na pasakaan o kaso ng mga papa. Kaya di man mo ko yung mga mama. So naman tayo family by blood o family by relationship. Rape may be proved by the uncorroborated testimony of the offended woman. So paano na ito mabalaan na kanang i-rape ako sa babae? Para mabala na ito ang i-rape ako sa babae, there is a medical legal na ihatag sa physician. So dili mga pwede makapatumatong ang rape ko. So kinara natay court proceedings or natay legal na pamagi para mahingon na ito nga i-rape ka. Pero dili anang walay germs, walay sperms na present sa imong inside sa imong vagina, dilingon nga wala kang rape. So dili man ako kay naraman tayo na imong pag-touch pa lang daan niya. So pag-insert niya is paano siya rape na. So kung wala siya sperm, so tawag na po siya na rape. Basta kay na-insert siya na siya sexual intercourse. So, sexual intercourse with insane woman is considered as rape. So, wala man sila capability to resist. Capable man sila, wala man sila sa pangutok. So, iimon nga rason o nga i-take mo advantage ang ilang weaknesses para makagain ka sa sexual intercourse. So, that is rape. So, for example, cohabitation with people-minded, idiotic woman's rape. So, kanang mga, tanang nga na ito, for example, it is, kanang mga special child, sa imsawa nga na ay i-rape, ako na po pagkamangkon, and ang nag-rape po is, ako na po mga pagkamangkon, ang rape nila is, a-force siya to people-minded. Ngayon, ako pagkamangkon ng babae is 12 years old. Kaya ng mga nag-rape po is 13, 14 o 15. Ito sila kabuk ang nag-rape. So, ay wala man i-follow pa sa Amerikanan, ang nag-intervene is ang SWD. So, pwede sila nga magpasilabot because 12 years old pa man ang babae. So, pa man siya, statutory rape pa man. So, may rights ang government na patunga. Next. Okay, if kay narcotic nga injection mo sa usa ka babae, dayon without consent, imo siya mag-use ang iyang weaknesses that is considered as rape yapon. Rape is committed if a portion is given to the woman. So kanang nakakagata nga kayuma din, ang kayuma diya is katong hilo siya or kanang makadaot. Dayon, nalipukan siya, dahil mo siya gi-rape. So, even though ang portion, hindi ka makakaranting nga ubusan ng klase na elements or substance ang ibutan, basta kay imo siya gi-rape with the use of portion, imo siya i-take advantage, then imo siya gigamit at is rape. That's all for my topic. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So let's proceed to the consummated rape. For the consummation of the crime of rape, it is not essential that there be a complete penetration of the female organ, neither is it essential that there be a rupture of the hymen. It is enough that the labia of the female organ was penetrated. The slightest penetration of the labia consummate the crime of rape. So even if wala po siya na completely penetrate ang victim, ang reproductive parts sa victim, makonsider gyapon na siya nga rape as long as there is a slightest penetration of the labia. Oh, yes. Then, next is frustrated rape. Frustrated rape is committed upon a girl 3 years and 11 months old, there being no evidence of penetration of her genital organs. So, the same kontra atong sa consummated rape, bisan wala gyapon siya penetration of her genital organ as long as ang offender has carnal knowledge about his intention into committing the crime. Next is attempted rape. Attempted rape was committed by the accused after raising the dress of the woman, then asleep, and placing himself on top of her. And when the woman was awakened, the accused threatened her with a knife. But because of her continued shouting and offering of resistance, a neighbor came to her rescue. So there is sa attempted rape, we serve as an example na ni kaning ang usa ka offender iyang tangkaan ang breast ang woman or erase lang ang breast sa woman while sleeping. And then attempted siya made kay kuan man wala man siya na dayon igora siya ni kuan gani kanang di ba na siya plano pero kay na-interrupt tungod atong nainitabang kay di ba ni shout man ang victim so nakadungog to iyang silingan so nitabang sa imbis madayon wala to na dayon ang iyang plano pero nakita na tani niya so muna siya na attempted rape. Next is when the girl is under 12 years of age, where the offended party is less than 12 years of age. So na-mention naman ni Maid Ibanez kanina nga basta 12 years of age ang victim, bisan ni consent pa na siya into doing the sexual act, niya kay minor man siya, so makonsider gyapon siya under sa rape. Next is character of the offended woman is material in rape. So bisan mo sa kababae is prostitute siya, dili gyapon na siya exempted sa kung victim siya sa rape. So, muna siya pasabot aning offended character of offended woman is immaterial in rape. So, the fact that the offended party may have been of an unchaste character constitutes no defense in a charge of rape, provided that the illicit relations were committed with force and violence. Next is multiple rape by two or more offenders. So, kanang mura siya o, sorry, oh yes, kitabangan ang usa ka victim. So, two or more ang offender aning anak buhat. So, next is when rape is punished by death. So, punishable siya. Kanusa ang rape punishable siya by death. So, first is when by reason or an occasion of the rape, a homicide is committed. Kanang there is no qualifying circumstances into kanang killing the victim gani kaya the only intention there is to rape the victim pero naa kay mga nahimo nga butangan nakapakuan siya yung kanang napatay gani mo victim so muna siya punishable by death. Number 2, when the victim is under 18 years of age and the offender is a parent, ascendant, stay parent or sa kanang mga relative until the affinity within the third civil degree. Next is when the victim is under the custody of the police or military authorities or any law enforcement or penal institution. So kanang under custody kanang let's say for example ang usa ka bayi is kanang kuan siya na taken into custody for some reason like, for example, kuan napo siya iiyaha. Pero i-take advantage siya sa mga authorities like sa kanang nagpantay sa iyali, rape siya. So that is punishable by death. Next is for when the rape is committed in full view of the husband, parent, any of the children or other relatives. So kanang bisag na dira imong family ang offender naagod siya gyapon kanang murag confident kayo siya nga i-commit ang crime within kanang the visibility of your family members. Punishable by death na siya. Then, when the victim is a religious engaged in legitimate religious vocation or calling and is personally known to be such by the blood offender before or at the time of the commission of the crime. 6. When the victim is a child below 7 years old. So, na-mention na po na kanina. Then 7. When the offender knows that he is afflicted with immunodeficiency virus. So kung na siya, kung ang usa ka offender na siya HIV, so kuha na siya, kuha na jump ito conclusion na ta, makatakod na siya. So kana siya nga case, punishable by death. Next is when committed by any member of the Armed Forces of the Philippines or paramilitary units, therefore of the Philippine National Police or any law enforcement agency. Next is when by reason or on the occasion of the rape, the victim has suffered permanent physical mutilation or disability. So, more na-discuss na po ni ganina, kanang i-rape ni mo siya niya, kanang na-ka-affect niya o kanang makapag-disable sa iya. Let's say, for example, i-force man mo siya, so wala siya. Next is when the offender knew of the pregnancy of the offended party at the time of the commission of the crime. So kung buntis ang imuhang biktima. 11. When the offender knew of the mental disability. So katong gi-mention nga insane woman or kanang nasa like emotional disorder, physical handicap of the offended party at the time of the commission of the crime. Next is rape with homicide is a special complex crime. Rape with homicide is now a special complex crime like robbery with homicide in view of the amendment of Article 335. Next is, these are the penalties for rape under paragraph 1 and rape under paragraph 2 compared. So, sa rape committed under any of the four circumstances, sa paragraph 1, reclusion perpetua. Sa paragraph 2, version mayor. I-discuss ni kanina sa part ni May Ibanez. Kaning number 2, rape committed with the use of a deadly weapon or by two or more persons, reclusion perpetua to death, and version mayor to reclusion temporal. Then rape where victim becomes insane, ang iyahang penalty sa paragraph 1, reclusion perpetua to death, and Paragraph 2, reclusion temporal. Then, attempted rape and homicide is committed sa penalty sa paragraph 1, reclusion perpetua to death. Paragraph 2, reclusion temporal to reclusion perpetua, and then so on. Now let's proceed to indemnity and rape. The award of 50,000 as indemnity ex lege is mandatory upon the finding of the fact of the rape. So we have damages in rape. So the first is the moral damages, exemplary damages, of katuradua. Then let's proceed to Article 266C, effect of pardon. The subsequent valid marriage between the offender and the offended party shall extinguish the criminal action or the penalty imposed. The effect of marriage. Marriage extinguishes not only the penal action, but likewise the penalty that may be imposed. So we have rape of wife by husband. Prior to Republic Act number 8353, a husband cannot be guilty of rape committed upon his wife because of the matrimonial consent which she gave when she assumed the marriage relation. So, dili siya punishable ang rape by husband to his wife kay there is a matrimonial consent naman before and they are legally married. However, in the However, kaning naay certain Republic Act nga nag-penalize sa kaning rape of wife by husband. We have the under Article 266C of Republic Act number 8353, also known as the Anti-Rape Law of 1997 in the Philippines, the subsequent valid marriage between the offender and the offended party and the offender shall extinguish the criminal action or the penalty imposed. Pero kung dili ganing legal sila, the marriage contract is not void, punishable ang iyang husband. Next is Article 266D, presumption. Any physical overt act manifesting resistance against the act of rape in any degree from offended party or where the offended party is situated as to render her or him incapable of giving valid consent may be accepted as evidence in the prosecution of the act punished under Article 266A. Evidence which may be accepted in the prosecution of rape. So we have any physical overt act manifesting resistance against the act of rape in any degree from the offended party. And B, where the offended party is so situated as to render him or her incapable of giving consent. So that's the end of my report.